What's up, guys? Johnny Maggot here. It's time to play our Week 13 matchup against the Jets. I think last time we faced them, they made the game closer than I thought it should have been. We may have beat them by a lot, but I think that came all in the last couple minutes of the game. It's time to make our time to really pound them down into submission this time.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we wrap up the first 13 weeks of the season with a good Monday nighter between the New York Jets and the Toronto Mounties.
I don't want to watch all the cutscenes this game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Clemson man Wayne Gallman. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Kamara still hurt.
Up to make
the
tackle.
Faced him last time.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Jackson over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in secondary.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
So what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
All right.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Drive goal, get a rushing touchdown with Barkley.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down.
Careful punches. Don't block him in the back.
Territory. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side.
He's going to get there.
Yeah. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley.
I could deal without the rushing touchdown.
Now on the season. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. The fly route works for the TD ground.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And
Kickoff
this
is
will
up,
be
and
a
it's good.
touchback as that sails over the end line. And New York set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Gallman. And an alley to run. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
Well, 6-yard run after a
Despite the
9-yard
blitz, they're
loss.
still able to pick up a nice solid gain.
For
The
8-yard loss,
disadvantage of
not a big
blitzing
deal.
often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
4 down, check.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Jackson from the shotgun. And it's complete. Hooper.
That's
And
kind
they're
of a
going to
big deal.
get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
Detroit.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his
There we go.
footwork.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was. Nowhere to go.
There we
He
go.
lost the football. It's going the other way. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like
it
this,
is cold.
and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Now back to throw. Funches with a catch over the middle. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
There we go.
Back to throw here. And
Get
it's
the drag ball that time.
Touchdown. Devin Funches, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
3-19.
On 2nd down,
There
here's
we go.
Jackson. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line flat out cannot
that's
handle this
super
pass
cool,
rush.
so.
It's been demonstrated time and time again.
3-19.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
Jackson's 3 for 3, but he's taking a lot of sacks.
Fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed.
That's awesome.
And a huge play that time. 54 yards.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look
There we go.
throw.
You didn't even get the drive goal.
Touchdown. Devin Funches, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area
Julio
wherever
Jones
he
is going to
lines
be open.
up
He's going to do
to
the
at
same
least try and
exact thing.
discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up.
Here we go.
This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
All right, here we go. 3 and 19.
Now Jackson on second down.
Another sack.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's just me and you. That's just me and you.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Blue 90.
Jackson now, throwing on 3rd and long. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
That's rough.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on here to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. Seated to my right, Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Toronto football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10.
Maybe we could do that.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he'll go down, but not before
Julio
getting
Jones
this
got hurt.
inside the 30. And is that Jones, the one slow to get up? Yes, Julio's still down right now. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Bryant
So now
and
then, the big
D'Angelo
play has him
Russell.
all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This throw caught right around the 6. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, a 22. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught.
He's Bryant.
As his guys are
They didn't know
in
when
for
to
6.
stop.
And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles. took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit.
Jeez, Murray.
Other people, lean on your
What's the
teammates.
bounty?
Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
3-19! 3-19!
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson. And
Maybe that's
finding the
holding.
tight end Hooper. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
Ooh, do I take the penalty or not? I think I gotta make it
Well, there have
ridiculously
been a
hard.
ton of sacks.
Still
They're just
second
trying to
down.
prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get
Hurry up,
caught.
here we go! 3-19! 3-19!
They go play action now. Jackson.
And
Nowhere
a sack.
to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now let's go! Green, 39!
Now whistles
Green,
come in
39!
before
Yeah,
the
false
snap.
start,
Looked
maybe
like
one.
one of the Jets may have moved.
False start. Offense.
Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Still third down.
After the sack,
Third
they'll
and
come up
35.
now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey!
Hurry up, here we go! 3-19!
Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at
Ooh,
the
funny, he put
14-yard
down a lot of
line.
face mask. That's
A pretty
close.
good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum
Oh, yeah.
and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
Oh,
And that is
just missed him.
incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how high
He
is
just
right
missed.
now.
He literally
That's how
just
wants
missed.
to continue to throw the ball.
And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Gone! 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 Gone!
We'll beat him on the other side.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Oh, wow.
It's caught. Touchdown.
I'm surprised that linebacker did not read that play.
With touchdown number 20 of the year.
Let's see.
And this offense is running away with
should
this
have.
one. Now he's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point splits the uprights.
Oh.
And the route is on here in this first half.
X button glitched out on me there.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't
Automatic
feel
first
right,
down.
does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Jackson. Oh, that was dangerous.
Oof.
Threw it
That's
into
his first
coverage,
incomplete
almost
pass.
picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Nowhere to
He
escape,
shakes off the
and he
first
goes
sack,
down.
but not the second one.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And now back out comes the offense.
So that bad kickoff didn't
And
lead
that
to
last drive, a long
bad-
drive, but not just that.
bad
They
things
had a
happening.
great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why
Get
would you
there.
change anything? They've got to be...
Yes.
Caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And
Oh, I
his
was going to
throw's
say,
gonna be
they didn't get their
incomplete.
hands on it? That's amazing.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now
9.
to throw here on 2nd and 10. And it's caught. Touchdown. Will Fuller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They manage to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
That's what it's like, not getting, stop them inside the 25.
And let's shift our attention to Corey Coleman. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not...
Nowhere to go.
Fumble.
He lost the football, but I think Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Play action. Now Jackson. He'll air this one toward Coleman.
Pick.
He rifles one that's intercepted. picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Well, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
On first down,
There
he'll
you
drop
go,
to
Fuller.
throw. He's going to fire one deep, and it's caught. Touchdown. Will Fuller with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And this offense is running away with this one.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. New York set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if
There you go.
something
Only
goes
short
wrong,
yards, push them out
you may
bounds.
put yourself in a spot
I
where
like
you
it.
may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk
gives us
is a
time
big
to,
decision here. Well, they're unable to convert
potentially
that
get the
into
ball
much,
back.
but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Going with a screen for Murray. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That'll be a loss of a
Call a
yard, and it
timeout.
leads to a 3rd down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 3rd down, Murray. And he's going to lose yards.
the
They take
timeout.
him down at the 26. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Now a late
face
flag
mask.
comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Automatic
You're
first
right.
down.
They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on
good
1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And the Jets
Oh,
pressure
timeout.
too much as down he goes. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining
We get
in
8
quarter number
sacks?
2.
Holy
Don't need it
shit.
all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to fire one. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown.
That's great.
On the final play of the first half, the prayer is answered.
That's just great.
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
Extra point right down the middle. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
And now we receive the ball.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And let's shift our attention to Will Fuller. So
Even
far,
give him
he
the
has
ball
the
to safe one in a
trio of
while.
touchdowns. Obviously, it's
turn.
been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the
Jack,
hat trick,
Patriot,
right?
Patriot.
I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL, except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision.
Detroit!
Straight
Detroit!
ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A gain of 3, second
Let me
down.
throw the ball again.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Gun!
Tight end. Key him. Key the tight end.
Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third
Just
down.
make sure we get the first down now.
Gun!
It's probably going to Funches. Maybe Ridley.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he
Whoa.
couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I think we gotta go for it.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a
I think we
zone
gotta
like that,
because
it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4
I
and
wanna
rush
see if we
hour
could
in your
score in
hometown
every
of
possession of
Orlando,
the game.
Florida. An absolute mess.
Tight right!
They'll try and throw for it here. Shakes off the sag.
Ah,
He can
that-
run for it, and he will. And able to
One
break
little bit of
one
tackle makes him stop.
brought down. Boy, a
One broken
curious
tackle.
decision to go for it doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Strong left.
Now let's go!
From midfield now, here's Jackson. This one complete to Coleman. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this
Here we go.
situation,
Green,
the defense was
39.
effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
That was second down run for Murray. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the
Oh,
other
it's
3
perfect.
here on third down?
Single. Watch it.
Now let's go! 3-19!
Here's Jackson to throw. Now they go screen. It's
My
complete.
fault. That's
And
my
he's got
fault.
the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So just 4 yards on the
I should
pickup,
just
but that's good
kept going
enough
after
to
the
extend the
quarterback at that point.
drive.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game.
Set.
Third and
Green,
short,
39.
blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Sting.
Check, 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 check.
Tremendous
other D
read
tackle.
and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play
All right,
action
here we
fake.
go! 3-19!
On second down, Jackson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
All right.
The Jets on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 17.
Set! 3-19!
From the gun, Jackson. It's caught over the middle. Hooper.
We're first down.
And he gets it down to the 32. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th
At least do
down.
a long field
They
goal
really love
time.
to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And this one is right down
Pity
Broadway.
points.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white
Waving the
flag
white, I
and
was
just
just
want to
gonna
get
say
out of
that.
here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And on that last drive, Went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play there. 43 yards. They'll look to throw now on first down. Forced out to his left. And this is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Gone!
They'll set up a throw. And he gets it to Funchess complete.
It's possible I have
2
open
touchdowns
zone,
earlier. Now he's got a first down here. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh,
but it's incomplete.
he stopped right behind him.
In the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Lucky that wasn't
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Braxton Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And this offense continues to pour it on. When they get to the football, it's blocked. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, there's been a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
Hey, we got...
Now let's go!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
With 3 sacks.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now a give. This is Murray. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
No, check, Patriot!
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Jackson now. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Patrick Peterson, 2 sacks.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. This is fielded at the 7. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now a look at Will Fuller as he and the rest of the offense gears up to get ready to go again. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way, and he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. Back to throw here.
Yeah, that was
And
nothing
he'll
better
toss
than
this one
just throwing it away
incomplete.
there.
Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it.
Jeez, no blocking on that
The
play.
Jets get in there for the sack. Matt Milano in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle
Ooh.
man.
And
Yeah.
that is incomplete.
We're in
Adrian
long
Phillips
field
there
goal
to knock that
territory.
one away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert
Yeah,
there on 3rd
screw it.
down. But what
Go
an
for it
effort
again.
to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Gun!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to fire one.
We went for it.
It's caught inside
We
the
succeeded.
10.
We scored.
And touchdown! In for the score. And this offense is running away with this one. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
And I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to
There we
happen
go.
in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back
10
for your own
touchdowns.
team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the... Welcome back to Toronto, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score. The final play of the 3rd quarter.
Wrong button.
And now a whistle.
Let's not
and
kick a
timeout
safety.
called by the kicking team.
Because that's what
Just their
happens when you're
first.
kicking
They'll
that
be down
view.
to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter.
Patrick Peterson, another sack.
Goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And let's shift our attention to Will Fuller. A chance here on this
Let's see
drive
if
to
we're
hit that
capable of
often elusive 200-yard
completing
mark.
this drive
Throw him
now.
the ball. Throw him the ball. Forget analysis, all right? Let's just root a little bit here. Get him the football and get past that 200-yard line.
Well, you want that. You seem excited.
I know, and it's really weird because normally I want guys to intercept the ball.
Right,
All right, I want
yeah.
to knock it down. In this case, he's been fun to watch.
The former DB feet, rooting for the wide receivers. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down,
You got my 3 rushing
keep that
attempts.
clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game. And that has to
Yeah,
drive a
no
coach
coach cares
crazy.
about my fantasy stats. There's fantasy stats. Oh well.
Detroit! Detroit!
It's a good enough team to do it.
Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
They'll set up to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Will Fuller, 25 yards for the touchdown. And this offense continues to pour it on. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Now Jackson on second down. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Jets on third down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go now.
Now it's Jackson. And almost picked off.
Damn, no tip.
I guess
no,
the good
no
news
pick.
for them now, it's 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told.
Ooh, I'm not sure we're gonna get that drive goal done. 122
So
minutes
now
drive
comes
time.
the offense back onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided
Detroit!
affair.
Detroit!
A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be
same
hard
place,
to
what
parse
happens.
who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Ooh, he's trying to go for the one-handed catch again.
For what we've seen this season.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
He'll drop to throw.
Just tucking the ball
He's
down the
gonna
field.
loft one deep left side here. A back
Oh.
for it, and it's intercepted.
That's my fault.
Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Coleman has it here right side. And they'll bring him down right around the 13.
Finally got me.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Jackson on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
That's it, baby.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it second down.
Strong left. Strong left.
Here we go now.
And Jackson throwing once more. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And here now the offense heading back out there. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game.
And that's caught inside the 35.
There you
And
go.
DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down.
All right, now look
A
at
big
56.
play
Look at
there.
56.
56 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Looking to throw. Dancing to his left.
Yeah, that was a
Time
weird
for a
play.
break. And that will be incomplete as well.
You think he
This
should have
one
made that
all
2-foot
over but
throw,
the
but
shouting. We'll finish it after this.
no, guess not. I'm gonna throw it in. It's been that kind of game.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Back to throw. The quick slant caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. They're going to look to throw. Into heavy traffic,
come on.
and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And past the 30 down to about the 27. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 3rd and 1, Jackson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to let it fly. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Try to get it all back with one big
Watching
shot
2
right
sacks,
there.
I sacked the quarterback, but
After review of the play,
Very
the ruling
nice
on the
play.
field is reversed.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Jakeem Grant now to return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at
Looks
the
like a
13.
punt.
And he's
A
going to
really
return
bad punt
it
now.
to the 21-yard line. Well,
They
that's
returned
3
it to 2
picks
yards.
he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season of
December.
giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe
right,
for
here we
his
go.
own sake,
Blue
after the
90.
game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Here's Jackson, and it's complete. Hooper. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
Here we go.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And that'll do it for us. Well, that'll do it for the Mounties, at least. Not sure when the Hockey Gods will play next.
Offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style.
We're going to see how many sacks we get as a team, and then we're going to sign off.
So for the home team here, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
So we got 7, 9, 12 with Collier and McCluster together. 14 sacks as a team. 14 frickin' sacks. That's nuts. Alright, and I'll do it. Have a good one, guys.